suppose a bit of what goes around comes around out there with getting everything you suffered against them in the last two games. Did you always believe going into the latter stages that you were going to get something out, get that winner?
Listen, I don't think football's a funny game, and that's probably the poorest we've played against them this season and beat them. Whereas if you think about the last two times we've played against them, I think we've played miles better in the game and didn't beat them on the occasions. It was always going to be a really tough game coming up here, especially after the result and the performance and the amount of effort that went into the game against Celtic. To go and replicate that level of performance was always going to be tough, but I think massive credit to the players for finding a way to win the game when we weren't at our best, and I think we'll all admit that. But the big positive as well is to, the group. I've talked about that togetherness, but when your subs come on and affect the game in such a positive way, it's exactly what you want for substitutes. I say it every week, the team that starts the game is never the team that finishes it, and everyone needs to be ready, and that's exactly what you want from your bench to come on and really impact the game in a positive way. So delighted for everyone, and obviously sets it up for a really good, look forward to the weekend then.
Although it was a tough game and back and forth and stuff, but that's a real quality moment for the winner.
Yeah, it was probably, I think that was something we didn't do often enough in the game. A couple of times we had opportunities to break and transition better than we did, or maybe misplaced the pass or passed it too early. Decision making at times, our quality wasn't where it has been in recent weeks, but I think that was one moment of real quality. The setback, the up back through, and then the finish for Kieran. The timing of the run and then the finish was brilliant. And then it's obviously the icing on the cake at the end when Junior comes on and gets his goal, because again he came on and impacted the game in a positive way as well. So that's a massive 3 points for where we were. Again, the challenge to the players before the game was, can we catch the team in front of us? We've done that tonight, and then we're 1 point behind Aberdeen now. So we move on to what obviously sets it up lovely now for a big game at the weekend.
You saw the players running straight to the fans at full time. That's become a regular thing now, isn't it?
Listen, the fans have been outstanding for all season, to be honest. During difficult times they've been right behind us, and then you see the numbers behind the goal tonight. They always come up here in their numbers, and I think from minute one they were right behind us. You heard them the whole game. So it's special, that connection's there. You've seen it after the game at the weekend, that feel good factor, the feeling of winning games and winning together. And long may it continue, because listen, they play such a massive part, and I'm sure now they'll are looking forward to the weekend as well. So I think not delighted to send them home happy with the effort to come up here during the week again. So massive thank you for them for coming up.
Is it impressive to you to see them come out on top despite not playing their best, a different side to them?
Yeah, I think we've probably done that of late quite a lot. I think we've not been as free flowing or as dominant in games as I'd maybe like us to be at certain times, but it is finding another way to win. I think that's that resilience we're showing, the character, the mentality of the group at the minute. And you don't have that mentality and the character without going on the run we've been on without having that. So I can hear the players after the game, they're all buzzing, they're all delighted with the result, but we know we can play better. So there is definitely more to come. That's something that we talk about all the time, about thinking, yes, the run's been brilliant, the opportunity we gave ourselves because of how good the results have been, but we know we need to keep getting better, because you can't always grind out results. We know we need to keep improving, and the group needs to keep improving.
Is this the best position you could be in going into the game that you've got at the weekend?
No, I think it sets it up nicely. They've won tonight as well. They're on a great run of form. I think the last time going into the derby, where the two clubs were at the time, I think we were maybe bottom and second bottom, or very close to that anyway at that time. So it shows you how far the two clubs have came, how tight this league is. And as you say, from a neutral point of view, it sets it up lovely with two teams on a good run of form. But again, our focus will be on, can we catch Aberdeen, because that's a team ahead of us again. And listen, naturally these derbies take care of themselves.
Is that the aim for the season, David, to finish best of the rest?
Well, I gave ourselves that opportunity. I think the short-term goal at the moment was always to make sure we cement that top six. That was the minimum for this football club. We say it every year, but from where we've been to where we are now, we've given ourselves a real good opportunity. But I don't want to come away from the fact that a couple of results, how tight it is, how quickly things can change. But we just want to keep catching that team in front of us. Until you can't catch anyone else, that's the mindset we're going at, one game at a time, because that's what we've had to do all season, and the players have responded incredibly well to that. And we keep moving forward, and I think that's the best way to do it, rather than getting too carried away to where we are, because like I say, tonight we weren't at our best. We know we need to be miles better than that, because to keep continuing with this run. So there's loads of big games to come before the split. Every game's going to be that feeling, because everyone's got so much to play for still. So there's definitely going to be no easy games between now and the split, and then from there on, once you get into that top six, it's about then how high can you finish.
You mentioned Sunday, David, the clash of two teams, bang on form, that really sets it up so well, doesn't it?
It does. Listen, derbies, regardless of form, regardless of how teams are playing, have been in many of them now for a number of years, and it's all about who turns up on the day. It's not about who's in the best form at the time. Obviously it helps going into the game with a good run of form, and I think both teams are in a much better place than they were the last time we met, so it should all the ingredients for a very good game. But as I say, derbies take care of themselves, and it's more about who can settle on the day and who turns up.